Chill Talk.
Chill Talk.
Chill Talks.
Welcome to Chill Talks Podcast, your companion in your chill time.
Okay, so hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Chill Talks Podcast where we discuss anything and everything without a cup of coffee sa harap namin ngayon. But we are still here at the Rusty Cafe here in Camarines Norte, and from the title and from the poster, we are joined by a returning guest na sa isa sa pinakauna ko nakausap when I started podcasting here in Daet. So, Greggy, aka Conyo Bicolano, welcome back and so good to see you again.
Yes, broski. I mean, PJ, I'm so happy to be back. So happy to have, a one-on-one conversation again with you. So offline, we did had some few informal conversations, but yes, Gagi, pero I'm so excited.
Yung ganito kasi looking at you ngayon, mas ano ka na ngayon eh. I feel a huge sense of confidence.
Ay, grabe naman. Totoo ba yan? Grabe.
Compared last time, para tayo nagkakahiyaan sa isa't isa. But now, napaka-comfortable na natin when expressing ourselves. So, how are you after we last spoke last January?
Yeah,
January. So, kamusta? What changed sa team ninyo?
Yeah, sobrang dami, like massive I've experienced massive changes both sa career, sa life, and sa love life ko. Yes, personal, career wise, tapos sa Conyo Bicolano, as in super daming nangyari. Before, diba, we did talk about na we just really wanted to help local businesses in Bicol, but right now we were able to penetrate the mainstream by endorsing some main brands, which is nakaka-proud sometimes, pero nakakatakot din because it gives us a lot of chills, a lot of pressure na parang ito lang kami before, this is our vision, but right now there's a massive change. And then ayun, PJ, lumabas na rin tayo sa TV.
Yes, I actually saw that interview.
Oh.
Kamusta yung experience niyo sa TV? I think based on your background, sanay ka na mostly sa mga...
Hindi.
Pero how was the experience na? Kasi TV interview is different from what we are doing right now, di ba? So, kamusta yung mga ganong experiences, and would you like to have more TV appearances in the future?
Well, PJ, I would say I would love to have more interviews, regardless if it's a TV, a podcast, or what, because it really gives me platform to really expose kung ano yung nasa heart ko. Talaga. When it comes to my experience, I think it really contributed sa confidence na meron ako right now on how I should really interact with people. Kasi in different format diba? Minsan sa TV how you interact, versus sa vlog lang namin how we interact. So I mean it's an unforgettable experience. Take note, PJ, nangyari pa yon sa Albay.
Yes,
sa LA. Legazpi, Albay, wherein they're trying to interview me using their dialect, which I don't mind, pero yung manager ko nangangapa talaga, so good thing kaya ko naman talaga doon. So makaintindi ng Bicol. So yeah, it was fun experience, really nice.
Kasi when it comes to the Bicol dialect, iba kasi ang diin, iba ang wave ng dialect ng Legazpi,
right,
compared sa Naga, right, or any Bicol dialect. So sa mga nakikinig natin, please visit Bicol, as in di kayo magsisisi. And I think you also went on a tour sa buong Bicol region. Except for I think may hindi kayo napuntahan na isa. Pero I think Masbate.
Masbate and Sorcy.
Yeah, Masbate.
Grabe, PJ. I mean, hindi naman talaga siya tour. So siguro because sa platform din namin sa Conyo, naging part din yun ng growth na there's a lot of invites na talagang pumunta kayo dito to really promote us and all. And alam mo naman ever since na naka-incline din kami sa tourism when it comes to promoting our culture, the things that we have here in Bicol. G kami dyan. So pumunta kami sa isa sa mga pinakamagagandang resorts, sa Albay, wherein PJ kasi dati, it's so funny kasi nagti-TikTok ako, tas green screen lang yung ginagamit ko, like the Kubo green screen, and I termed it as Kubo Minium, and then it trended. So someone invited us there, like super legit, may Kubo Minium talaga doon, and again it trended. So yeah, nakakatuwa. And then, yeah, hindi pa kami nakakapunta in some other places here in Bicol. Sorcy, Masbate, a lot more. Like, sobrang dami pa.
But soon, once na mapuntahan mo yung mga islands from Masbate to Catanduanes, then di kayo magsasawa. As in, super, you have so many unexplored places to be. But I am very curious on your personal growth as well. Kasi career-wise, napakagrabe yung growth. Pero on your, as Greggy, as a person, what changed in you na biglang nag-improve sa'yo compared doon sa next start pa lang kayo ng Konyo Bicolano?
Well, there has been a massive shift when it comes to my mindset. Like yung mindset lang yan. So there nagkaroon ng massive shift sa mindset ko. So from corporate up until now, so mas naging I would say, proud to say, mas naging open-minded ako. Mas na kumbaga mas napangatawanan ko yung favorite quote ko na you cannot our mind works like a parachute. It only function when it's open. Mas naging open ako sa dialogues when it comes to LGBTQIA community, when it comes to sustainable tourism, and then ano pa ba, mas naintindihan ko how people works, like when it comes kasi hindi mo naman mapiplease lahat, 'di ba? So I think mas naging strong ako. Mas naging strong ako sa pag-handle ng both negative and positive comments, really filter it. So yeah, and mas nag-gain ako ng confidence, I would say, because of that mindset.
Mas nakita ko nga mas more engaging ka na sa comment section compared before kasi diba parang you said you kinda shut off the negative comments and pero ngayon you embrace those perspectives. So far, ano yung mga nabago sa mga comments ng audiences mo? Both negative and positive.
Well, nakakatuwa because hindi ganito kasi siya, PJ. I mean, kapag pumunta ka sa comment section ng Konyo Bicolano, my vision there is that whenever you watch my video and then whenever you browse the page, either the comment section or the main page, makakapulot ka ng something. You learn something. So, syempre, imaginein mo, you as a content creator, nakikipag-away ka doon, nakikipag-bardagulan ka and all sa comment section. So, it's a totally different approach. Yung vision ko doon is that whenever you engage sa Konyo Bicolano page, you'll learn something. That's why sa comment section ko, meron akong mga call-outs doon. I don't call it as patol, but really call-outs. So, may mga comments doon, homophobic comments about medyo bastos na comments. So hindi ko siya inaaway or what. Sometimes may mga tao kasi na, and I think you would agree that these people needs understanding and basically mas kailangan nila ng information. So yun yung ginagawa ko doon, PJ. So para at least well-informed sila na it's not okay. Kasi whenever you tolerate it, it means that it's okay. So I think yun.
Okay.
Dami kasi nalito.
Oo, kasi parang those feedbacks naman talaga can help us shape our content.
Right.
They help shape our content.
Right.
And isa sa mga na-found kong interesting sa growth mo din, ang nangyayari is that kung ano yung nakakausap ko sa'yo ngayon, mas lalo siyang unti-unti lumalabas siya on your skits, on your contents.
Yeah.
Kasi diba before, you already said that Konyo Bicolano is a bit of a persona compared to who you really are. Pero as I watch your videos, nakikita ko, parang lumalabas na si Greggy. Mas you're becoming more comfortable to your role. Kasi I think most content creators, if they are portraying a certain persona, they eventually get tired talaga.
Right.
And for you, that is the complete opposite. Diba? So, let's go locally naman dito sa Daet. So, how was the growth that you experienced here in Daet? Kasi you were invited to so many events in malls and ano pa ba yung mga openings ng iba't ibang stores dito. So, how was that compared doon sa vision nyo na you are promoting local businesses? From that vision, and it became a reality dito sa Camarines Norte.
Yeah, PJ still surprised of what's happening. Kahit maniwala ka man sa akin or hindi, really surprised of these invites. So I totally agree with you na we've been appearing to some events here in DGC in Daet. We've been appearing into those events, openings and all. Still surprised. Pero if I would encapsulate that one, I think I'm so grateful because of because of the trust na ibinibigay sa akin ng community kung saan ako nanggaling talaga. And it really means a lot, PJ, na alam mo yun, napapanood tayo outside Daet, but yet nafe-feel ko talaga yung support ng community natin dito. So, yeah, still surprising, grateful, and yeah, nakakatuwa how these businesses trust us. So, yan.
Kasi, anong tawag nito? Ang maganda kasi dito sa Daet, I am so sorry sa mga kung saan ako nanggaling na probinsya sa Bicol. Kasi ang maganda dito sa Daet, regardless of profits yan, regardless of that, parang they are hiring you or they are collaborating with you because they trust the image or the audiences that you reach out, regardless kung may perang darating or hindi. And I think that's a very good mindset to businesses kasi sometimes in marketing talagang there is a risk, there is a loss kung tutuusin, pero depende sa kung calculated risk kasi personally mga businesses na nag-hire sa inyo, they are taking a very calculated risk kasi they know the audiences, they know the charm, and yeah, it's just helpful for businesses. So hopefully more and more influencers are being tapped. But I think depende naman talaga sa influencer. Yeah. So, pero isa sa mga guestings na nakita ko sa'yo during those few months is that naging judge ka sa isang pageant.
A talent show.
Yeah, a talent show. So, since you were
a personality show.
Personality show.
Personality.
Yeah, I think yun yung naging... Oh yeah, I thought pageant siya kasi parang it was marketed.
Ano ba yun? Yeah, ang dami kasi, PJ.
Dami kasi.
Tama kasi.
Yeah.
Tama ka, talent show. Mali ako.
Kasi it was marketed as a pseudo pageant. Pero I'm curious, on your part as a judge, ano yung tinitignan mo sa isang candidate or isang person na po-project ng confidence? Kasi I'm sure it was a new experience din sa'yo. So, paano mo sila ginudge? Maliban dun sa criteria binigay sa inyo ng organizers.
Masamang mang-judge. Pero yeah, good question. So isa lang yung hinahanap ko lagi. It's really about the personality. Regardless who you are, regardless kung ano yung pinoportray mo, it's really about the personality. Because if someone has this personality talaga, has this aura, it will automatically like shine. It will automatically be shown sa stage. And when I say personality, this is ang hinahanap ko talaga is someone na confident. And when you say confident, hindi siya yung parang know-it-all. Alam ko lahat and all. I'm during that time, I was looking for someone na really open na, of course, hindi ko alam lahat, but I'm really willing to learn and kung paano niya i-compose yung sarili niya under pressure, because it means a lot. It really means a lot. And I think that's the real essence of those shows, may it be talent, personality show. It's really about personality kasi hindi naman yun quiz.
Yes.
Right? Hindi naman yun like, hindi yun quiz and pangmatalinuhan and all. Hindi rin siya fake it till you make it. It's really about you. You.
Kasi if you fake it, mahalata talaga yan.
Right.
Kasi yun yung nakita ko sa... I won't name names. I won't name names. Kasi when it comes to pageantry, you will feel kung ang nagsasalita ay pinipilit yung kanilang persona instead of speaking who they are.
Right.
And mararamdaman... I don't know, there is this instinct sa audiences natin ngayon na mararamdaman nila yan. And I think moving forward, one of the biggest risks na tinake mo and for your manager as well is that, I don't know if this is related to CB, pero you decided to quit your jobs, right, to focus on the CB team talagang full time. So how was the experience na nag-isip kayo na mag-quit? The moment you quit, and kamusta na yung decision nyo now? Ano na yung nararamdaman nyo?
Well, PJ, di ba paulit-ulit ko naman sinasabi sa'yo with our initial conversation, I'm so lucky that I am surrounded by right people, including you. Naks naman. Yeah, I'm surrounded by right people. So hindi yun isang snap lang na, okay, let's resign and all. It took us a lot of time to really realize, to really think ano ba talaga yung gusto naming gawin sa buhay. Lalo na ako. So I really love learning and development. I really love my yung facet ko sa HR, sa corporate. I love learning experience design. It's really hard for me na bitawan yun and all. Pinagsabay ko yun. Pinagsabay ko yung Konyo Bicolano and at the same time the corporate world. it's not working kasi the quality itself both bumababa So parang wala na yun sa I mean, hindi na ako nagiging results oriented. Parang it's really about parang ay sige na lang, pagsabayin ko na lang kasi sayang and all. Pero I did came up sa realization na sa buhay pala sa buhay pala talaga parang mapapatanong ka, ano ba talaga yung gusto ko? Dapat isa lang yung pipiliin ko. So yun, and then pinili ko yung Konyo Bicolano with the help of my friends, with the help of my coaches, with the help of my family, because I really can't decide alone. Siyempre tiningnan ko yung pros and cons nito and all, and it's not a calculated risk at all. It's really a risk. Pero yung naging basehan ko dito is saan ba ako magiging masaya? Because when you are happy, I think you'll agree sa akin sa ganito. If you are happy of what you're doing, compensation, promotion, money and all will come naturally.
Yeah.
Because you love, I mean, you are happy of what you're doing regardless kung ano man yan, diba? So, doon ako masaya.
Okay, that's good. And I think kitang-kita naman talaga And isa sa mga nakita ko kasi like you said kanina, you were working with corporate brands as well as local brands.
Right.
So what's the difference when you are talking to someone na local businesses compared sa corporate businesses?
Yeah, kapag local businesses, this is just from my perspective, PJ, upon having a conversation with these group of people. So, pag sa local businesses kasi na nakikipag-deal kami, nakikipag-usap kami, they're very straightforward. They're really straightforward of kailan i-integrate yung business nila, yung brand nila sa template namin, I mean sa video ko and all, because talagang nanonood sila. They're really the owners. Sila yung mga nakakausap namin. So, eto, gusto ko tong content na to. I hope you can do this sa business namin. So, they're really straightforward. Hindi sila madali silang kausap. Like super dali nilang kausap. Kasi ako PJ, as much as possible, hindi talaga namin pinapapakialaman yung format namin. Like magiging commercial-ish na yung video, no? Hindi talaga namin siya ginagawa as much as possible. But for mainstream brands or you say mga corporate brands, hindi namin nakakausap yung mismong brands. Nakakausap namin sila through an agency. No, di ba? Big time.
So social laki nga
Through an ad agency. So it's really hard for us to communicate ano ba ang brand ni Konyo Bicolano and what's your brand and how can we meet halfway. So it's really hard kasi mas double time yung pag-explain namin because these brands are from Manila na tapos ang kumakausap sa amin our agency from regional base. So there are people na hindi pa talaga na nakakapanood ng brand namin and also how paano namin may integrate yung brand namin sa kanila and all. So double time, medyo mas mahirap lang din silang kausap, but both of them local and mainstream brands, and daming learning. I love learning. Yeah.
That's great. And anong tawag nito? How do you keep yourself relaxed? Or kasi for sure, being exposed in social media, alangan naman ang relaxation time mo is social media.
Social media.
So how do you manage your time para at least hindi ka na ma-burnout? Kasi I think since you are focusing on this full-time talaga, so you need to find an outlet. So ikaw, ano ang mga newly discovered outlets mo this past few months?
You know, PJ, I did release a content about stress. Sabi ko dun sa content ko sa TikTok, it wasn't uploaded sa Facebook at all, sa Instagram lang, sa TikTok. Sabi ko dun, regardless, I don't care kung padangat mo ako. I don't care kung hindi mo ako mahal. I don't care kung ano yung sinasabi mo sa akin, may it be good or bad, kung masakit man yan and all. For as long as may sinusurusup-sup or may sinisip akong masarap na kape, katulad dito sa Rustic, I don't care. So ako, yung content na yun, I think it really represents who I am, kung paano ako mag-cope up, kung paano ako, alam mo yun, makaalis sa trabaho ko as a content creator. I make sure na may me time ako. I make sure na alam ko yung oras ng me time. I always drive, wag niyo na akong sundan. I always drive alone sa may Bagas Basbas Beach. So
nice.
nagda-drive ako dyan kapag feeling ko kailangan ko ng rest day, kailangan ko ng recharge sa creative juice ko. And then I also engage with different people. Nakikipag-usap ako sa iba't ibang tao to know different perspectives. You won't believe me. Nakikipag-usap ako sa farmers, takatakboys, businessmen, name it. And yun, baka sabihin mo trabaho lang din yun. No, parang feeling ko doon ako nare-relax. Like having daldalan moment with these people because I learn a lot talaga.
Kasi parang mas street smarts kasi talaga ang ituturo nila compared sa mga academic learnings. It's a ano yun, may nakita ko sa Facebook na it's a sort of human library when you are talking with yung mga magtataho, yung mga nasa hindi yung mga talagang businesses na established na pero yung dumidiskarte talaga sa buhay. And actually recently na-discover ko din yung Bagasbas. I rented a bike and nag-bike ako sa kahabaan ng ang ganda pala talaga.
The Boulevard?
Yeah, the Boulevard. I really underestimated the beauty ng Boulevard dito kasi nasanay na ako sa Boulevard sa Legazpi. So I thought
ganda, diba?
I thought same lang naman pero pagdaan ko ang ganda pala talaga.
Very relaxing, right?
Yes. Na anong tawag nito? Relaxing kasi one time may nakita akong naglalaplapan.
Oh my gosh.
may naglalaplapan doon sa gilid. Dumaan lang. Alam mo yun, magpapanggap ka na lang. You just pretend not to see. Pero sa'yo, as you are growing and will continue to grow, ano pa yung mga nakikita mong pwedeng evolution ng Konyo Bicolano in terms of content? Kasi you have a formula, right? And of course, that's parang Krabby Patty, it's a secret formula for your team of success. Pero minsan ba nag-uusap-usap kayo on how you can add new content that focuses on other topics? Kasi may mga nabasa akong comments, I don't know if you've read this, kasi parang may nakita akong comments and may mga nakasabi din sa akin na ang Konyo Bicolano daw yung the way you speak, the way you are on the persona you are showing, parang it's limiting lang siya. Kasi parang nasanay na yung mga tao, then what's next? So have you ever asked that question, and if you did, what's your plan in growing that?
Yeah, it has been asked many times ever since, and I mean it has been asked many times and nakalagay na yan sa notepad ko ever since Konyo Bicolano started, because I totally agree with my audience, with you, with these people who really told us na parang what's next with Konyo Bicolano. And I think the beauty itself sa Konyo Bicolano, PJ, kasi is that ano ko ba siya i-encapsulate na hindi naman siya hindi naman siya mayabang or what. I mean, compared to other contents, Konyo Bicolano can really speak. Konyo Bicolano can really penetrate social issues, and I think yan yung dapat abangan ng mga tao. No to cloud chasing kami at all. No to cloud chasing. So I think yan yung kaabang-abang din dito sa Konyo Bicolano on how are we going to integrate social issues, on how are we going to trigger our society. Hindi naman kami magra-rally and all, diba? How are we going to trigger, real life conversation through our contents? Because right now, if you notice in our content, it's really focused on our culture, which is really effective. Mas nagiging proud tayo na maging probinsyano. Di ba? Hindi na tayo hindi lang naka-focus ang Konyo Bicolano sa pagiging Bicolano, but naka-focus ito sa mga probinsyano and how many provinces meron sa buong Pilipinas. Right? And then we'll be tapping more social issues, and we'll be dealing with we'll be engaging in different conversations, real life conversations. Katulad nito that I think our world really needs.
Yeah. So, yeah. I kinda agree kasi ang maganda din kasi sa CB, parang it's very very flexible. Right. The personality is very flexible na-imagine ko rin na my podcast is kinda like in the same boat na kung saan you folk napaka-flexible siya. You can talk about anything. You can talk light topics, you can talk serious topics, and still the theme, the personality, the charm is always there. And since you're talking about visual impact, I do suggest look up the principles of visual sociology. Kasi visual sociology is yun lang, from the term.
Yeah.
At talagang you are just showing images and the message will speak for themselves.
Right.
Kind of like what Cara David's doing, Jay Taruk's doing. They are speaking less pero they are showing more.
Right.
And pero speaking of social issues, also I want to tackle this with you. What do you think are the social issues na meron sa Bicol na hindi na-experience from Manila, from where you came from? Where you came from, sorry. From where, kung saan ka nang galing before you proceed with the Conyo Bicolano?
I think we could start sa pinaka-basic. Bicol is really isa sa mga talagang masasabi natin na probinsya talaga. Wherein maraming bundok, maraming and bilang probinsya ang Bicol natin, marami kaming, katulad ko personally, marami akong hindi na-experience sa Manila. Sa city, would say sa city. Tapos every time na pumupunta ako sa city, I tend to like, picture tayo dito and all. Tapos, of course, yung mga taga-city will look at us, ano ba naman yan? Bakit sila nagpipicture and all? Ay, parang, di ba? It's just a mall. It's just and I think that's a very basic scenario of a social issue na dapat nating itap. There is nothing wrong about a probinsyano like nagpipicture sa MOA Globe. There is nothing wrong about sa probinsyano na nagpipicture sa Starbucks. Because wala naman nun sa province natin. Wala nun sa probinsya natin and all. So I think it's also time para tuldukan na natin yung term dito sa Bicol na ay garo ka man bulod.
Nali.
Yeah.
Sa ibang ano, nali ang ano.
Right? Because if you look at that one sa ibang perspective, people from the city will take their pictures sa batuhan natin. Right? Na lagi naman na nandito. So I think ganun din dapat tayo. We also give them a respect. We also give them chance to experience ano yung wala sa probinsya nila and also that's a very basic issue. Also another one is aminin natin there are really people in our society, well basically sa probinsya natin na nahihiya na so, alam mo yun na paano ba nakakaapekto sa confidence nila kung saan sila lumaki because hindi nila mapigilan yung tongue nila to really speak their dialect katulad natin or mga taga Cebu and all. And I think yan yung gusto naming matap din na regardless of who you are, I mean be proud. Ang cool kaya, 'di ba? I mean ang cool maging farmer, ang cool maging taga probinsya and all. So, those things, those issues.
Kasi kung tutuusin, I agree with you 100%. Kasi ang term na Shano is an insult pag nasa Manila ka.
It's already bad. I mean, it encapsulates negativities. It encapsulates things na first time mo na parang, you know,
napaka-Shano mo naman.
Yeah, napaka-Shano mo naman. From the
Probinsyano is used as an insult. Kung tutusin, hindi naman eh. You're insulting a group of people. And actually, that's a very unique perspective on social issues kasi commonly, ang maririnig mo is poverty,
right.
LGBTQ discrimination, which is very seen. Pero you are tackling to the things that are beyond what is obvious sa society natin. And when it comes to the people naman, dito sa hindi naman sa Daet lang, dito lang sa within Bicol region, ano pa sa tingin mo ang kailangan natin as a province para ma-improve yung sarili natin as a person? Kasi kung tutusin, Bicolano daw ay mga uragon, matatapang, pero during your journey sa pag-ikot-ikot nyo sa Bicol region and dealing with so many people, ano pa sa tingin mo ang hidden issue na meron sa probinsya natin na hindi nakikita or na-address ng karamihan?
Digitization, PJ. Digitization. I mean, ang laki ng potensyal ng probinsya natin when it comes to tourism, when it comes to business and all. Pero nalilimitahan lang tayo because we are limited sa kung anong resources na meron tayo. Imagine, PJ, if we could promote our province, if we could promote our tourism sa isang effective social media campaign, imagine kung gaano kalaking growth yung pwedeng ibigay nito not only sa probinsya natin but domino effect sa mga tao dito. Wala nang mga nanay na aalis pa ng Bicol para magtrabaho. 'Di ba? Wala nang mga tatay na aalis na iiwan yung mga anak nila para umalis ng Bicol because magiging sustainable yung tourism natin dito. You know, why? Bakit ko siya nabanggit? I had a conversation with someone with a tourism officer wherein her idea is very fantastic. It's really about digitization. So sabi niya sa akin, tinanong ko siya, anong plano mo dito? Because I mean, ang probinsya natin, ang daming kwento. Say for example, kwento ni Magayon, kwento ni ganito, nung ferry sa ganito. So paano siya mai-integrate sa tourism natin? So, isang idea yung sinabi niya sa akin is that may mga monumento dito. Halimbawa ni Magayon. And then sa mga monument na yan, there's a QR code. Whenever you scan the QR code, it will automatically redirect you sa reading material ni Magayon. And as well as a virtual tour. Hindi mo na kailangan pumunta pa ng Albay or pumunta pa ng somewhere ng Cagsawa para ma-experience. So imagine 3D or 4D yung images na makikita mo doon whenever you scan the QR code. Tourism, diba? And it's sustainable. It's really sustainable as well. So, yeah.
It benefits both local tourists and foreign tourists.
Right.
Yun ang maganda din dun eh.
Pero it also, PJ, I think based on my journey, it also parang kailangan din ng mga tao dito. Well, I'm not generalizing it, pero I think kailangan din sa probinsya natin na mas maging open tayo with new ideas because I think naging parte siya ng kultura natin na parang ito na tayo nasanay na tayo sa ganito. Nasanay na tayo, say for example sa mga festivals na na-attendan ko. Parang sabi ko, nasanay na tayo sa ganitong klaseng format, the street dance, blah blah blah, and takot tayong mag-risk. Why don't we integrate other formats ng festivals? Because I think yun yung nakakawala ng audience eh. 'Di ba? I mean, syempre kailangan sumabay ka pa rin eh. But still maintaining the cultural aspect of it.
Kasi ang nangyayari sa mga festivals, it's either people are attending festivals not because of the lore of the festival, but rather the costumes, the drinking, the parties, yun yung na-highlight instead of the core reason of celebrating the festival. For example, let's say Magayon Festival. Di ba? Magayon Festival is a festival that highlights the beauty. Si Magayon mismo. But the story is, in fairness naman dati, it is incorporated sa mga statues that tell the story. Pero most of the time, people just go there to see the statue.
Right.
And at the same time, mag-inuman because that's usually the highlights. And meron namang museum where you can take a tour, but sometimes that is the most ignored part of a certain festival. And I think another issue na pwede nating itakal dito is that most of us, naging guilty din ako dito, is that we don't have a sense of history when it comes na kung saan tayo. Mas alam natin yung history nung ganitong banda, mas alam natin yung history ng ganitong tao compared sa history ng locality. Kasi ang gaganda ng Bicol folklore kung tutuusin.
Yes.
The Bicol myth, ang gaganda.
Nako, PJ, abangan mo yan sa Konyo Bicolano.
Soon, I'm excited for that kasi yun ang kulang pa sa atin, parang retelling the stories of the classics. Kasi usually sa school siya tinuturo and most of the time sa school siya tinuturo, but most of the time people forget that kasi inisip lang nila they are teaching it for the sake of the exams, for the sake of passing, so hindi nila naiisip. But teaching it in a platform like yourself, like this podcast or many forms of content creation, it kind of helps solidify the history or the presence of Bicol, of Bicol culture na aattend ka ng festival in order to learn the lore and not just have drinks, have sex, because that is the essence. That's just it's not a byproduct. I don't know if it's a byproduct, but it's that yun yung nabubuong outcome, unexpected outcome of
Yeah.
the people. So, yun lang naman. Kasi
Yeah.
lumalim bigla yung usapan natin. So, if you have more to add, sige lang, go.
Yeah, it's really about I totally agree with you, PJ. It's really, at the end of the day, it's really about presentation. It's really it's really about how you present it. Well, bilang isang alagad ng sining na nasa social media na ngayon, I think yung sana mas maging yung tayo mga content creator, I think this is a major call out sa amin sa mga content creator na we use our platforms responsibly and well, kasi gusto ko sana matanggal soon yung connotation about social media na saan mo nabasa yung information mo sa TikTok, ay no, baseless yan. So I think, diba, it's really based, I mean, nasasabi yun ng audience mo because of the content creators, diba? So I think I hope this is a major call out sa amin din na every time we post, these are factful, it contains factful elements, and it contains parang alam mo yun, aside from entertainment, it also contains, real life information, mga totoong impormasyon talaga.
Na may verifiable data na pwedeng ma-access.
Right.
Kasi some people just speak their opinions on certain social issues without, walang links,
Research.
na pwedeng may basis doon. Lumalabas lang na you're speaking your mind, and the people that agree with your statement, yun lang yung makukuha mong audiences. So, parang it's kind of a biased form of content na ang nakukuha mo lang is yung nag-a-agree sa'yo.
Yeah.
Pero so far, ikaw as you grow then, how do you disagree with people? Kasi hindi naman yan may iwasan eh.
Yeah.
From your team, from your business partners, from your friends and anyone. So ano yung mga nakuha mo handling bashers or handling different people when you are dealing with disagreements with others then?
Well, PJ, when it comes to those kind of issues, I think, number one, you should have, nagkaroon talaga ako ng mas bukas pang isipan, like open mind, talaga to really understand saan ito nanggagaling, bakit ito yung sinasabi nila, and kung titingnan mo naman yung bashing, yung information na sinasabi nila or negative thing na sinasabi nila sa content mo, it's really baseless. So, napapatanong talaga ako, saan kaya nanggagaling ito? So, how do I how do I deal with them? Of course, I ignore most of this, but sometimes kung kailangan talagang i-call out siya, like say for example homophobic jokes, kasi kung mapapansin mo yung homophobic jokes na yun, nagiging normal na diba, nagiging normal na. So whenever you tolerate it sa page mo, it means it's okay. It's okay for you. So for me, that's a form of I think that kind of issue is a form na nagdi-disagree ako. So every time na nakakakita ako ng sobra naman na homophobic jokes, I totally call them out. Nagko-call out ako na I remind them na it's not okay because these are the people na natatamaan mo. It's not okay because these are the information na nasasagasaan mo. And alam mo, PJ, I don't know if I would say fortunately or unfortunately, few minutes after I replied, after magbigay ako ng call out, naka-private na yung account or nag-delete na sila ng comments. So ibig sabihin lang nun, it's effective.
Yeah.
'Di ba? It's really effective. So, and napatunayan ko na communication is really the process of understanding and sharing meaning. Hindi mo kailangan makipagsigawan, makipagmataasan. Sometimes you just have to be kind. You just have to inform them of what's wrong, what's right, and all. Yeah.
Kasi ang nangyayari is that most people, especially when speaking out negative comments, parang lang siya eh. Hindi ko alam kung sa Bicol or Tagalog nun eh. Parang crickets lang sila.
Right.
Pag wala ka, maingay. Pag lumapit ka, tatahimik na lang sila. So, yun ang maganda naman din yun ang maganda actually talaga sa inyo as a content creator, na you don't tolerate everything.
Yes.
Parang if you tolerate everything, then yun nga, like what I said before, you stand for nothing basically. If everything is okay. Pero let's not talk about gender kasi parang napaka-diverse topics na siya na we can open a lot of worms, a kind of worms pag diniscuss natin ito. Pero I am curious, paano nagkakaroon ng homophobic jokes sa content mo? Kasi kung tutuusin, none of your contents ay talagang kumikater sa walang LGBTQ content pang lumalabas. So pero paano lumalabas yung ganong comment sa'yo?
Right. I would say ang audience namin are not just millennials. Our audience, I can say na iba't iba talaga ang audience namin from different ages. And lahat ng mga ages na yon, I assure you, they don't understand how I look. Diba? My fashion statements. So they tend to judge people, or they tend to judge things based on their initial visuals, right? So saan ka nga ba naman, PJ, nakakita ng isang lalaki na mahaba at kulot-kulot ang buhok na blonde? Or saan ka naman nakakita na ng lalaki na hindi bulk, na feminine yung body niya. So I think sa visuals namin, doon nang gagaling yung mga ganong klaseng jokes, homophobic comments, mga ganong klaseng reactions and all. And I think that's okay because it kind of open another issue, which is representation. Katulad ng iba't ibang mga babae, may chubby, may sexy, 'di ba? May thin and all. Men needs representation. When you say men, hindi ibig sabihin ng men ay kalbo lang, right? Or clean cut. Okay? There are also men like me na ganito talaga yung katawan. Regardless kung mag-gym man ako, which I tried many times, ito talaga yon and all. Na happy ako because of my hair. This is where I get my confidence and all. Just like you, getting your confidence sa bald hair mo or sa clean cut. So I think doon siya nanggagaling, but I love it because it opens another issue, which is representation, which is really close to my heart. Yeah.
And speaking of speaking of the body build, I was impressed when you decided to nag-model ka to certain brands nagmodel ka ng topless, nagmodel ka ng yung talagang sinushow mo yung body mo. So how does it feel to do that? Kasi not everyone can do that. Kasi yun nga, some people who are not comfortable with their body talagang hindi magre-rest ng gano'n. So how was the experience for you when attending those kinds of photo shoots?
Yeah, broski, I'm very happy that you're opening this kind of conversation. I'm very happy na legit fan ka talaga ng Konyo Bicolano kasi nakikita mo yung mga photo shoot ko na gano'n. So, hindi ito decision ng manager ko and all. It's my personal decision because again, what I've told you earlier, ang representation ay isa sa mga close na word para sa akin, and also confidence, because back when I was like working as a trainer sa corporate, I always preach about confidence, how you can be confident and all, and it all starts from within. And if you can really love kung anong meron ka sa sarili mo, basically it's your face, it's your body, it's your skin. Kapag hindi mo kayang ipakita yan, then you won't be empowered at all. Wag nyo naman akong i-quote and all. So when I say ipakita yan, not kasi iba-iba tayo ng presentation eh. It's this is just my this is just my way of expressing, of telling people na regardless of your size, regardless of your color, regardless of your gender, regardless of your race, be confident because you are sexy. No one tells you na ito dapat ang maganda. No one should ever tell you na ito dapat ang pogi and all. You should define it because whenever you define it, then it glows.
Yes.
Diba? Yung aura mo mas nagiging confident. Pero nung sinushoot ko talaga yon, I would say very parang nakaangat ako. Sobra parang nakaangat ako and all because for how many years sabi ko I really wanted to do this. Katulad ng sinabi mo kanina, like visual sociology, it's really about presenting the visual. It's really about presenting your advocacy through visuals. Kasi matatalino ang viewers natin ngayon. They would understand kung ano yung gusto mong ipakita through that.
Yeah. And I completely agree kasi on speaking of that level of confidence, mas naging confident nga ako nung nagpakalbo ako kasi talagang
diba?
Before nung I think early teens ko, it was kind of a fear of mine na magpakalbo kasi my dad was bald, tapos ang common na insulto lagi ay kalbo. Ano?
Ako nga basta kulot, salot.
Oo.
Right?
Tapos yun, kalbo, tatawagin kang Mr. Clean, kung ano-ano. Pero, nung nag-decide ako talagang full cut ako, sabi ko, parang mas okay sa akin compared sa before. So,
Well, it looks good.
yeah, thanks. Kasi talagang dati sabi ko, should I take parang
Mas clean.
Oo, nakita nung papa ko. Okay, parang it kind of solidifies that. Pero ang maganda din naman kasi when speaking of appearances, talagang yun ang unang tinitingnan eh. I think ang magiging line lang is that just present yourself wherein aside from looking confident, you also look clean.
Yes.
Kasi
Oo.
parang yun yung hindi nakikita ng mga tao na argument na madaming sabi, yes, present yourself, love yourself, express yourself freely, pero you do it in a clean and presentable way na anong tawag nito? Paano ko ba sasabihin to na hindi magmumukhang nang undermine ng ibang tao? Kasi yun yung hindi nakikita ng mga tao. Parang tinotolerate nila all kinds of appearances. Pero yung neatness hindi na-highlight. Kasi may mga iba nagkikriticize ng look not because of the person but because hindi neat yung presentation. So maganda nga yung ginawaan yung photoshoot na talagang very presentable lahat ng models from male, females, anyone from the LGBT community na nag-portray ng ganong looks. Kasi looks are, aminin na natin, looks are a factor talaga.
Yeah.
Looks are a factor whether sabihin natin na wag tayo maghusga sa don't judge a book by its cover. Hindi mo siya mawawala. Hindi siya mawawala. That's why we have, That's why we have policemen in uniform para magkaroon ng sense of authority. That's why we go to the beach na naka-bikini kasi yun yung we want to be relaxed and not just to be eye-catching to people. I don't know. May napaka-complex.
Yeah, ako PJ, yung comment ko lang dito, regardless of how you present yourself, regardless kung ano yung definition mo ng neat or clean, ang pinaka point ko lang dito is if you're happy of yourself, then you're confident.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Period. That's it. So kung dreadlocks man 'yan, yung definition mo ng pogi, go for it. 'Di ba? First lang, katulad mo ngayon, you're so pogi, mas pogi ka na sa amin.
No. No, kasi alam mo, pero speaking of mga feedbacks, balik tayo dun sa mga feedbacking. Kasi for sure you have read, heard or see a lot of comments in your day. Pero ngayong nandito ka sa position mo ngayon, was there any comment na nag-stand out sa'yo or experience na nag-stand out sa'yo na bakit ganito pala yung tingin sa akin ng iba? May nangyari ka bang gano'n na bago or was everything okay, familiar na sa'yo?
Yeah, there's one time may isang comment dito. I think earlier last week not sure if it's Wednesday or Tuesday. Forgive me, but yeah, those days may nag-comment doon sa Facebook post namin wherein confessing na fan ako ng Konya Bicolano. Alam mo ba? 6 times kong pinanood yung vlog mo sa isang gabi kasi hindi ako makatulog. So ibig sabihin, nagiging a form of relaxation nila ang Konyo Bicolano. So it also comes to a realization na imaginein mo kung relaxation nila ang videos ng Konyo Bicolano, imaginein mo na puro bad words yung sinasabi. Paano sila magiging relax? So yun yung nag-stand out sa akin and all. Aside from that, merong isang bata, may isang nanay na sabi niya, may isang nanay na nag-post ng picture, tapos tinag yung Konyo Bicolano. This is a baby boy. May long and short, may long and curly hair yung baby boy niya, pero like parang abot dito lang sa may chin niya. Tapos itinali niya like bun. Tapos sabi niya, baby Konyo Bicolano. Diba? So nakakatuwa na parang wow. So ganito yung impact namin. Ganito, these are the things that really stands out talaga sa akin.
Na very unexpected. That's a very unexpected.
Right?
Parang Konyo Bicolano ASMR. Kasi parang just to bounce back from your experience, one of the things na kinagulat ko din recording podcasts here in Daet is that Manila and Calabarzon area are familiar with my content, so okay lang yun sa akin. Pero nagulat ako kasi I've been interviewing so many different fun personalities here in Daet. May nagsasabi na may nag-PM sa akin dati na parang being a guest daw here is parang it's a sign that you made it. Sabi ko, no.
Yes.
Sabi ko,
Totoo po yan.
Sabi
Totoo yan. If nagkaroon kayo ng invite sa Chill Talks, then definitely you are someone.
Kasi, ang sabi ko lang naman, I interview people because I want to get to know them. It's not, parang they already made it on their own. I just want to get to know them. So parang that was actually
Come on, bro. Kapag ina-interview mo na, tapos na yon.
that's actually my philosophy even before nung nag-meet tayo na just knowing people. Nagulat talaga ako, ang daming influencers. Ang
Diba?
daming influencers sa
After my interview ba yun?
After your interview, yes. As in, nag-rise from models, from hosts, from dancers, lahat nagsilabasan. And it's very, actually, na-shock ako. Kasi akala ko sa Legazpi ang marami. Pero pucha dito. Ay, sorry. Yun na yun. This is pero talagang gulat ako. Ang daming content creators dito sa Daet.
Yeah, mas kailangan lang talaga namin ng these kind of artists kailangan lang talaga nila ng exposure, kailangan nila ng support like you're also a content creator now, right? Kailangan natin ng suporta sa komunidad natin.
Kasi nakaka-shock lang. And pero speaking of next steps talaga, I am very happy na congrats ka doon sa merch. You launched.
Hinihintay ko i-plug mo kasi nahihiya ako na.
You launch your own merch. So, paano yung nabuo yung conceptualization yun ng merch and what kind of merch would you like to sell? So, paano yung ganyung process?
PJ, I'm very grateful na nanggaling yung idea sa combination. So, ito kasi yung tawag namin sa fan base namin, combination. Diba? Short term for Conyo Bicolano and the nation. So, habang nagtitiktok ako, isang OFW, nanay na OFW yung nagsabi sa akin na sana madala namin yung t-shirt mo. Kasi I was wearing my Conyo Bicolano shirt na dinonate lang ng isang friend namin. Ng schoolmate namin before. Sabi niya, sana makakuha ko niyan para madala ko dito sa Qatar. Sabi ko, ang cute ng idea na ganun. Tapos, paulit-ulit ako nagla-live. Ganun yung conversation. Laging may conversation na ganun. Kailan magkakaroon ng merchandise? Uwi kami ng Philippines. Kailan kaya magkakaroon ng merchandise? So basically, the idea came from our audience. Pero may mga conversation na about merchandise. Wala lang talaga akong confidence tree or balls pa talaga na mag-launch ng merchandise because hello naman, 'di ba? You really need to build your muna. You need to build something muna, 'di ba? Before you can give something din sa community mo. So ayun, sabi nila, magkaroon daw ng merchandise. So, nag-launch ng merchandise. You know, PJ, it's always been my dream na magkaroon ng sariling pelikula, na maging director. Pero nagagawa ko siya through content creation. Aside from that, gusto kong magkaroon ng exhibit. But I don't have the funds. Walang budget, wala akong connection and all. But through merchandise, sabi ko, why don't I just, channel this, yung dreams ko sa merchandise. So, through that, ako yung gumawa. Nag-graphics ako, nag-script writing ako and all. Transform ko siya sa design, sa t-shirt, sa tote bags, sa pouch namin, sa stickers namin. And through that, feeling ko, PJ, meron na akong exhibit. A worldwide exhibit because, isi-ship na, pwede na naming i-ship yung merchandise namin abroad through Amazon.
Nice one!
Yes! So yun, tapos yung designs nun, very basic design lang yun. I did design everything because gusto ko, PJ, lahat ng merchandise ko will speak. Kahit wala ako, maririnig mo yung boses ko. That's why makikita mo yun sa mga merchandise ko, yung mga script ko about that. Andun siya. So, I think positive yung comment kasi sabi niya, Gagi pare, sabi nung audience namin, Gagi pare, kahit natatawa ako sa'yo kasi kahit nakikita ko lang yung tote bag mo, feeling ko nagsasalita ka and I can't help myself to make read of this. I mean, nabasahin yung design mo through a to a Conyo Bicolano way, in a Conyo Bicolano way. I mean, so
I think that's one of the best compliments na pwedeng ibigay sa'yo.
Diba?
Kasi kahit let's say dumating ang panahon na hindi na sila nanonood sa'yo.
Right.
Pero when they see that merch,
Magsasalita pa rin yung maalala.
maaalala ka nila. And I think, that's one of the best compliments someone can get.
Also, PJ, when it comes to deciding anong klaseng merch yun, I really like, nag-focus talaga ako sa yung dapat totoo lang. So, kaya mapapansin mo, limited yung mga merch ko. Like, bakit white lang yung shirt? Bakit tote bags lang and stickers lang? Kasi gusto ko, yung ginagamit ko talaga personally. So, I always use tote bag because I have scoliosis. I have scoliosis, so medyo mabigat sa likod ko kapag ganun. Pero at least, ano ka pa rin? Presentable. Sabi mo, presentable ka pa rin and very trendy ka pa din whenever you use tote bag. And as much as possible, that is my contribution sa kay Mother Earth. Sustainable, right? Para mas maging sustainable yung mga hinaharap natin kapag pumupunta tayo sa grocery and all. When it comes to my t-shirt naman, yung white, I always, wala lang, gusto ko talaga ng white kapag sa t-shirt and all. Pawisin kasi ako, PJ. That's why mapapansin mo, laging nakabukas ngayon. Diba? Sexy yung outfit ko ngayon. So, dry fit shirt. Diba? Kaya yun. And then stickers. I love colorful things. It relaxes me. It gives me comfort. That's why inilagay ko yan doon. So, whenever you purchase the Conyo Bicolano merchandise, you're also getting a piece of me.
Baka isipin ng tao, literal ha? No, it's not literal po. Baka
May story kasi, di ba?
Pero may times bang naghingi sa'yo ng buhok mo?
Ay, hinila. Sa isang event, yun din, medyo masakit lang. So, hinila niya kasi hindi normal yung hair ko. So, sabi, wig ba to, anak? Tapos hinila niya and then parang 2 to 3 strands yung natanggal sa hair ko. So, masakit yun. Yeah.
kasi kung tutuusin niya, most people would think that you're wearing a wig.
Right.
Especially pag nakakap ka.
Right.
Madaming mag-iisip na gano'n.
There's also one time, PJ, weird experience na nasa isang event kami tapos nagpa-autograph siya sa akin. Sa damit niya. Sabi ko, wait, totoo ba? Because, hindi ko na sasabihin yung brand. Tapos sabi ko, grabe yung brand mo. Luxurious yung brand mo. Tapos sabi niya, yes, please. Tapos yun, sinulat ko yung pangalan ko doon.
Speaking of autograph, yung autograph mo ba sa audiences mo is it the same as your signature sa mga formal documents? Or you created an autograph for Conyo Bicolano?
Well, of course, it's different. Hindi yun yung real name ko talaga. So, whenever I do entertainment autographs, may it be yung physical autograph or virtual autograph, I did created the Conyo Bicolano signature, which is really close sa kung paano rin ako magsulat.
Okay, so that's good. Parang mas natural na din.
Mas natural lang din siya. Nabago lang. Naging Conyo Bicolano lang din siya.
May nag-request ba sa'yo ng OnlyFans?
Oh yes, oo.
Kasi
when you say OnlyFans ba, these also unahan na kita. These also includes indecent proposals ba? Yes, madami.
Yes.
Madami. I mean, and you know, I appreciate these people. Hindi mas na-appreciate ko yung mga taong ganito because they're really existing. Hindi naman pala talaga sila like super bastos. Ano lang sila, parang aggressive silang magtanong. Kung wala, edi wala. Kung I can't offer my body. I mean, diba, they respect it. Pero totoo, grabe. When I reach maliit pa lang to when I reach like mga 25K sa TikTok, may mga ganun ng proposals and all.
Kasi actually it's a new way to see a creator kasi parang OnlyFans, aside doon sa personality mo sa online, it's a way to see you at a vulnerable kasi OnlyFans OnlyFans is talagang magpo-post ka. Depende naman talaga
kung anong content mo.
Kung anong content. Parang na-popularize lang siya ngayon as something that is nagsisend lang ng mga nudes. Pero hindi naman actually talaga yun lang yung focus ng OnlyFans. Pero it's a compliment, di ba? Kasi iisipin natin na yun nga, like you said, appearances matter na sinabi na ang lalaki, pag sinabing lalaki, pogi, macho,
Right.
tapos inoperan ka ng gano'n.
Diba?
Nakakapo. Pero,
Diba?
pasensyahan na po tayo guys ha, nasabi na ni CB kanina na may love, masaya na siya sa love life.
Oh, ay gusto ko ring i-segue if you don't mind kasi
Sige lang,
parang
go.
'di ba OnlyFans is parang parang subscription something app, parang ganon na site, right? Parang you'll subscribe tapos you'll see the vulnerable side of that person or yung isang content na hindi talaga ipinapakita in public. I think that segue ko na rin dyan, PJ, yung future plans ng Konyo Bicolano sa Facebook wherein you can subscribe sa aming Facebook page. So whenever you subscribe sa aming Facebook page, you will see you will see a private content. Hindi. You will see content na hindi namin pinapublicize talaga. So like say for example yung mga BTS namin, doon namin i-upload. We'll also be uploading contents like yung mga ang tawag dito, yung mga bloopers namin, and I will also be launching the Santiguarts University. Wala ka nun. Santiguarts University, you can enroll, inaayos pa namin siya. So Santiguarts University is a school for content creation. Kasi ang grupo ng Konyo Bicolano is composed of DJs, social media expert, scriptwriters, directors coming from sa mga industriya talaga na pinuntahan namin and all, talent management, public speakers. So yan yung grupo ko ngayon. So I'll be launching the Santiguarts University through Facebook subscription wherein someone can enroll there and get a holistic knowledge. Halimbawa, wala kang idea about paano ko ba sisimulan ng content creation. There are different subjects there, content curation, to content creation, public
nice.
speaking, cinematography, to photography. May mga online classes doon. At yung mga teachers doon, yun yung mga kasama ko sa likod ng camera. And you can only have that if you subscribe sa page natin. Take note, magti-teach din ako doon.
At mura lang naman ang Facebook subscription eh.
Yes, definitely. And there's gonna be a lot of fun games there. Na imaginein mo 10 lang tayo sa live na yon, or 10 lang tayo sa meeting room na yon, and then we're discussing things para tayong nasa university, and you'll receive uniform, you'll have your graduation, and also those are just concept inaayos pa namin, binibuild pa namin yung curriculum namin.
Oh, that's good kasi parang based on knowing you tend to turn concepts into reality. So excited ako makita yun.
Yes.
And hopefully syempre pag mura lang naman. So
diba?
Joining it would be a lot of fun.
Kasi PJ, marami paano ka ba nagsimula?
Yes.
Paano ba natin gagawin to? So let's make it formal. Let's make it formal now if you really want to learn sa way namin, kasi there are different ways, but in our way, ito yun.
Yes.
Ganito yung gagawin.
And parang ang nangyayari is that mas on your part din, nagkakaroon na rin kayo ng form of sustainability as a business.
Right.
On the business side.
Right,
Kasi syempre, you cannot continue creating content pag walang walang pondong pumapasok. So parang it's a win-win for everyone.
Right.
And I think nagiging normal na rin ngayon sa tao talaga yung form of tipping, form of donation sa mga content creators. Dati, it is very frowned upon na bakit ang bibigay ng pera dyan? Naggagawa-gawa lang naman yan ng video. Pero ngayon, it's okay na siya eh.
Lilodi ko kasi dyan, PJ, si Jonathan Yabut.
Yeah. Uy, si yung nanalo sa The Apprentice Asia.
So gusto ko maging ganyan.
Si Jonathan.
Diba, nagbibigay ng businessman siya, but still he gives impact. Like he gives substantial impact sa community niya.
Yeah. Diba? And parang if you see his I think naalala ko siya kasi pinapanood namin yung The Apprentice Asia na doon siya nagsimula, doon siya nakilala. We watch how he grows, paano siya makipag-usap sa mga iba't ibang nationalities. Talagang makikita mo na he is firm, but at the same time, he is soft.
Right.
Firm on his decisions, but soft on the people.
Really a person.
Yeah,
right?
Talagang tao talaga siya makipag-ano. So, kaya siya nanalo, well-deserved. And do you plan, one of the final questions, do you plan on launching a book? Kasi you said that you love writing, you love directing, and Parang one of the possible outlets na pwede mong gawin aside from merch is that you write your own book.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Hindi ko pa talaga alam. I really don't know how kung kung pwede ako magsulat ng libro. Grabe naman, libro agad. I really don't know pa, but for now, what I can assure you, PJ, is that I will continue to express what I have here inside sa puso ko through content creation or malay mo sa pagsusulat and all. But that's the thing I can promise you sa mga listeners mo and sa followers ng Konyo Bicolano is that I will authentically express what I really wanted to express. In sa mga sa format na alam ko at comfortable ako.
Okay, and for the last question, Konyo, Greggy, and how do you keep yourself humble talaga? So, I'm very impressed na with the growth that you experienced from TikTok, from Facebook, from
Oy,
YouTube.
grabe ka naman.
Kasi, anong tawag nito? Hindi ka umere as a person. I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hindi ka nagkaroon ng hangin, hindi lumaki yung ulo mo. How do you do that? Kasi that is one of the things na dadaanan ng mga creators when they experience growth and success. Diba? How would you handle fame? How would you handle the power? How would you handle the popularity? Or fame, popularity para sa naman. But how would you also handle the money na dumarating? So yan, as your final message to us.
Yes, PJ, grabe ka naman. Nakaka-overwhelm naman yan. But maraming salamat for looking at me on that perspective. It means a lot. Ang ganda rin nung question mo. So I think what keeps me humble talaga every time is that I always center everything. I always offer lahat ng ginagawa ko kay God. Regardless of your religion, bahala kayo kung anong definition ninyo ng God. But for me, I always center my work sa Kanya. Sa Kanya ko in-offer yan. If it's if it's something that is not aligned sa Kanya, I don't think na dapat ko itong i-push. So paano ko nalalaman na nakasentro? Paano ko ito malalaman na naka-center sa Kanya? Ayan, katulad niya. Ay, later ko yan. Paano ko ito nalaman na naka-center sa Kanya? If it's like, if it's something na hindi offensive, if it's something na promotes love, yan, G ako dyan sa Kanya. And also, I always listen. So, sa ganitong edad ko, very thankful ako na may mga ate pa rin ako, may kuya pa rin ako na kasi tao pa rin naman ako, PJ, kahit pa paano napapagod ako. Sometimes may mga times talaga na napapagod talaga ako at hindi na ako aware sa nararamdaman ko. Sometimes parang ayoko nang gumawa and all, but these people they always remind me of kaya mo to ginagawa, diba? What's your purpose? Yan. And it's very important. And I agree with you, PJ, na sa lahat ng mga content creators na nakikinig sa atin ngayon, pagdadaanan ninyo yan, siguro una-unahan lang yan eh. Marami pa dyan content creators, PJ, na mas malalampasan pa kami and all. Pero I hope if ever ma-experience ninyo ang fame, popularity, and money, be very transparent. Lalo na kung may ka-team ka. Be very transparent, be very honest, and it will come naturally kasi sa content na pinuproduce mo. Magiging authentic yun and all. At hindi ako magsasawang sabihin, PJ, na sa lahat ng mga future content creators natin, I hope you treat content creation as an art wherein hindi siya talaga business. It should not be a business kasi kapag magko-content ako dahil gusto kong yumaman, no. Mahihirapan talaga tayo. Mahihirapan ka talaga. You do content creation because you wanted to impact the community. Kung gusto mong kumita, mangyayari yun sa'yo if you're happy of what you're doing, if you're genuinely happy of what you're doing. Yung mga offers na yan will come naturally sa'yo. And stay grounded kapag sa tingin mo wala ka ng content, wala ka ng content, trust yourself. You always look at the mirror na you can do it. Ginawa mo to because you have a purpose, but if you don't have purpose, you're gonna parang mahihirapan ka talaga. And always look sa mga taong naniniwala sa'yo. Don't ever focus sa darkness. You always focus doon sa light na nagbibigay sa'yo ng clarity when it comes to the things that you're doing. In our case, content creation.
That's good. And I think what you said sums up the journey of everyone, regardless kung
Right.
regardless kung magiging successful ka or hindi. Just put faith, and at the same time, on your case, you are on the right path kasi
Baby, I was born this way.
yeah, kasi I also reflected some things na if you are doing something that also allows you to be a good person and you feel that you are becoming a good person to what you are
Right.
doing, then you are on the right track. And looking at you, you are on the right track. Because ngayon ko lang na-gets because you are born this way. Oh my God, ngayon ko lang na-gets yung connection ng kanta.
Makinig ka lang yung mga music.
Oo. So with that said, Greggy Conyo Bicolano, thank you so much for again returning, and this one is a deeper conversation that we had last time,
Yeah.
and more to come in the near future. And sa mga nakikinig, additional link, especially doon sa merch, will be down below ni Conyo Bicolano. I think
Yes, thank you.
you have Shopee.
We're also on Shopee now.
Yeah.
Yay! Conyo Bicolano merchandise.
You have Shopee, and at the same time you also have a dedicated Facebook page exclusive for the merch. So it is also linked down as well. So with that said, thank you so much guys for listening, and again, this is your host PJ, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye bye.